Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hi there. Hope you guys are well, but me not. Last part we added authentication in our system. Now I am not able to log into my system. It's a catastrophic problem. Let's fix it. This is Tawhid Mia from hmtmcsc.com. grails-tutorial part 7 for reorganize registration form. Let's start. Last part we added authentication, that's why now I am not able to go to member create. It redirecting to authentication login, but if I not able to create any member, then how do I log in? That's the question. That's why in our first step we are going to expose the registration form for public registration. Let's do this. In our project panel we know from security filter only one controller we can access from outside. So let's add it a registration mechanism in this controller. Now I am going to add a method registration and do registration. Here I added one form which is a registration and another one is do registration. It will save registration to our member service. I am adding the member service here. Member service, it will save the registration data to our member database, and if it success then it will set that member authorization for authentication. Okay, if done then it will redirect to us to dashboard. If not, then we'll show the registration form again with the error. Now we have to add a GSP file for registration. Now I'm going to add a registration GSP in authentication view, GSP Ruby server page, and adding the registration page. Here you are seeing I included the public layout and the form is member registration. The form action will be, or the form action is do registration, and including our existing member form. This form we using in our backend. Okay, and when it will press submit, then it will register a member. Here you are seeing the back to login is red color, so we have to add message.property. I'm adding here message property. Please don't worry about rest of them, those are needed in our next task. Okay, now if I came here in our, nothing changed. So if it possible to add a registration button here, then it will redirect to our registration page. Let's go to registration view, login view. Now I am going to add a button here for registration. Actually this button will bring us to registration, that calling member registration. Okay, now I'm going to reload here. Yes, the button came here. Now I'm pressing on this button. Yes, it's showing the registration form without login. Now I'm going to register. Tawhid Mia, email address will be tawhid@hmtmcsc.com. Password is 123456. Okay, I am going to register. Alhamdulillah, at last we can log in our system. Let's see what next. Add logout drop down after login with member name. Okay, let's add a drop down here with member name. For that, I'm going to tag library and adding new tag for member login. This is the member action menu. I just paste here. It required the authentication service. I am going to add that authentication service here. Authentication service and authentication service, it added here. If member logged in here, then we can get the name from authentication service. This method we created earlier. Here first name and last name will be concatenated. Then it will generate a drop down according to Bootstrap. Let's add this navigation to our private layout, that means the main layout. Here we are going to add this tag lib. Okay, I added this tag lib here, member action menu. It will go here. So let's reload the project. See, here the name and the logout button came. Okay, that's the fantastic thing. Now I'm going to log out. tawhid@hmtmcsc.com, password is 123456. Okay, yes, it's successfully again login and the logout drop down is showing here. Let's see what next. Here, restricted member controller for administrator member. Every time if we register from our front end, then it will be the regular member. How do you know? Let's go to H2 console and see what member registered here. DB console. Here you will see the DB console. Now I am going to put the value of our database. It will be in our configuration application.yml, and here is the database configuration name. Now I am going to paste here, then connect. See, here is a member table. Now I am going to run this. See, here is one member. First name is Tawhid, identity null, last name is Mia, and this is the regular member. So if any member is regular, then should not be able to see this panel, because if every member showing this panel, then they can edit, delete, or whatever they want they can do. So it should be restricted for only administrative member. Okay, let's implement this step. Restrict member controller for administrator member. Last time we saw that if I go to my website Grails and the interceptor, we saw that if we want, then we can add interceptor for a specific controller. Now we are going to add a interceptor for our member controller. Here member controller. Now I am going to add a interceptor called member. Yes, added a member interceptor. Going to add this in Git. Now I am going to do something here. Here in our before filter, we have to check is it administrative member or not. If the administrative member, then the member controller will be visible, otherwise it will show you are not authorized for this action. Here we have to create a method in our authentication controller service Now I'm going to add a logic for authentication. Is it administrator member or not? For that, in below I paste a is administrator member or not. First of all, we are getting the member from here. This will return the session member. Now we are checking is member available and member type is administrator, then we'll return true, otherwise it will be false. If everything is fine, then it will work as expected. Now see what happened. If I reload it, see, it's showing the message you are not authorized for this action because I am not a administrator user. Now let's move on to next topic. We restricted member controller for administrator member. Add a member nav into navigation if the member type is administrator. Let's add a navigation. This navigation are dummy. Now I am going to add navigation for member which will allow only for administrative member. For that I am going to tag library and adding a navigation taglib. Here you are seeing I added a taglib called left navigation, and here one of list it will representing controller name dashboard, action will be index and name will be dashboard. And if the member type is administrator, then we'll add another navigation, that is member, controller member, action is index and name is member. In below we iterate whole nav and generating a link here. Let's add this navigation to our layout. Okay, I'm going to here in our main navigation I'm removing this dummy navigation and adding our left navigation taglib. Now I am going to paste here. Okay, you are seeing the taglib is placed here. Now it will generate a real navigation. Now I am going to reload. See, only the dashboard is showing because this user or member is not a administrative member. For check administrative member is working or not, I am going to console, then edit. I am going to edit this row and replacing this member type to administrator, administrator. Okay, now I reload it, nothing happened because we have to relog in. Okay, now I am going to log out. Yes, it's showing error message because authentication logout is not implemented yet. See, here is a logout, but I don't know what happened here, why it's showing the error message. Authentication logout, what happened here? Logout, and it will redirect to our index page, but it's not working because initialization being failed to exception, null pointer exception. I don't know why it showing null pointer exception. Probably we have to restart our system, but I don't want to restart this system. We will check it next time. So what will happen is the logout or login section will work or not. Okay, let's restart it. I'm removing this. It will remove our all of data and reinitialize it again. We have to wait a couple of seconds. It starting. It will take little bit time for start. Every time when restart Grails application, it takes a little bit time. It's not a problem. Let's see what happened. Not yet initialize. Yes, just now initialize. Now again the user is deleted. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's see what happened. See, it not doing anything, and also here not show any message. We have to adjust this message. Let's adjust this message first. Here we're going to administer the authentication controller. Here is do login is not success, then it will not pass any message to our these methods. So let's edit a message. I am copying that message from our sum of previous controller. This will be suitable for us probably. Let's copy this and set this into our redirect to here. Let's type a message. Email and address or password not valid. Email address or password not valid. Okay, let's see what happened again. Okay, now I'm going to try again. 1 2 3 4 5 6. See, the message is appear, email address or password not valid. Okay, we have to register again. Tawheed Mia Tawheed at hmtmcsc.com. password will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. Register again. Here also it not showing our member navigation. Let's go again our console, reload it. Okay, I'm going to connect it again. See, if I run it, see, this is again the regular user. Now I'm going to edit to administrator, ADMINISTRATOR. Okay, save it. Let's see what happened. Nothing happened. Let's log out. Yes, this time it log out perfectly. Now I'm going to again log in. 1 2 3 4 5 6. See, the member is came because now it's the administrator user. If I click on here, then it will showing us the member panel. Okay, let's move on to our next topic, that is add navigation. It's done. Create a initialization service for init administrative member. Name will be system administrator, email will be ocb@domain.com, password will be 1 2 3. Why need initialization? Because sometime we have to initialize some of data for our application. In this case, every time people not have that H2 console access, so how they get a administrative user? That's why we want to initialize a default administrative user which will allow us to log in as an administrator every time. Okay, for that I'm going to create a service. Name will be app initialization. Okay, now I'm going to create a service. For service, I came here, clicking on new service, pasting this service app initialization. Okay, yes, this is the app initialization service. Now I'm going to add two method here. Before add method, I'm going to add this to our Git repository. This is our method. Here we have a method initialize. In initialize we are going to initialize member. This is the member. The member is member. I taken a new object. The first name will be system, last name will be administrator, the email address will be ocb@domain.com, password 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then member type is administrator. Now we will save. It will happen if the member count is 0. Okay, what will happen? It will nothing happen because we not call this function into our initialization. Okay, in next step we will call the initializer from bootstrap. Grails, when start, it call sum of method, that means it call the bootstrap init method. We will going to call that method from our bootstrap init method. Okay, now I'm going to add app initializer service dot initialize. Okay, this method will call automatically when the application is restart. Then we can add our member, administrative member, by default. Let's see what happened. I'm going to restart it. It will take little bit time. Sorry guys, I haven't way to faster this application running, otherwise I will do that. You guys have to wait until the application is run. Here we did lots of tasks in this video. So let's see what happened in our last step. We are waiting for start. Here we changed in main.jsp, created member registration.jsp, changed in login.jsp. We changed also in UI helper. Yes, it's started. Let's go to our H2 console. See what happened in our member. We are assuming that yes, our assumption is right. One system administrator user created with the administrator role, so we may log in with this email. Okay, now I am going to login panel, paste the OCB at domain.com and password 123456. Yes, our bootstrap is work and we logged in as a system administrator and we got that member panel. So every step we successfully completed in this part, Grails tutorial part 7. Thank you for watching this part. Please stay connected with me so that I can share next part with you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel for future video. Thank you again.